Welcome to EVE Online. Space game, fun times, royal pain in the neck at times. This video is an introduction to belt ratting for new bros, or even some of those people that maybe aren't so new but just kind of bored and want to do something different. I have chosen a Cormorant class destroyer. I have fitted with blasters. I do have an afterburner on here instead of a micro drive because the benefits of the afterburner not increasing your signature bloom when in use. Granted, I won't go as fast, might take a little bit longer, but I still find this to be more effective when doing this type of activity. Now for new bros, you might not be able to use this Tech 2 level multi-spectrum shield hardener. Use the Tech 1. You might have to run a little bit more often. Heck, I even have to run occasionally. Put one of those on, activate it when you get in range. Some people will chide me for using a shield recharger instead of a small shield extender or even another multi-spectrum, but I kind of like having that on board. Something that is more important though, whether you're dealing with blaster guns like these or the rail guns, is the magnetic field stabilizer. Again, I'm using Tech 2s, but you can get away with using Tech 1s. As your skills develop, you'll get better and better, you'll cause more damage. For my rigs, small EM shield reinforcer, defense field extender, and then the purger, which helps recharge the shield a little bit faster. Again, some people don't like the recharge factor. They'd rather have something like the hardener or another extender. That way the overall EHP would be slightly higher. But I'm just one of those types that, yeah, I'm weird, I'm strange, I'm Kalik, and there's only one me. Plenty of antimatter charges for your guns. I have grouped my weapons all together, and this is the fitting window that I've used. So, without further ado, we will go find a belt to rat in. Oh, let's choose this one. I'm warping to 0 at the belt because I want to get in nice and close, get to those rats as quickly as possible, and start shooting them as quickly as possible. I've already activated the shield hardener, and of course this belt doesn't have any rats, so let's go to another one. See where we can find those rats. Where did they go?
Drive active.
Yes, for those of you that are in Brave newbies, BNI, or even any other of the blue donut here, GE TAC is not normally recommended for ratting, but this is where I chose to show a little bit of action on ratting. And another system. Another belt. No rats. See a cargo container. I wonder if somebody's leading the charge. They snuck in here before me. Oh well.
Warp drive active.
Something else you can do as a new bro, if you see up here near the upper left, I've taken my local tab out of the main chat window and I've stretched it vertically. This is to where I can see as many names as possible, which is kind of important when you're out here in nullsec and you might not be able to see as many names down here if it was still tied in with the main chat window. Being able to respond quickly is kind of important. You never know. You may get 20 people in all of a sudden. They may be gray, they may be red to you. Who knows? And part of the fun of going through GE as well, though, is trying to find those belt rats.
Active.
So we're going to go to another belt and check for the rats. Later on as you grow, make sure you've got that magic 14 skill set studied. Get that done especially if you're low on skills, before you try getting a lot of other things done. Now I've landed on grid. There are some belts here. Get to have fun. I'm going to start with the smallest and then work my way up to the largest. This is because the smallest will tend to be able to get to you quicker, faster. Turn on the afterburner. I'm a little slow on that. Tisk on me. But I'm going to work on getting under the guns as close as possible, and then start firing at the enemy ship that I have targeted. This little button up here, orbit, default setting, 1000. It's usually more than adequate to get under the enemy and get going. Now as you can see, I've already lost all my shields. This is to be expected. I'm not surprised. I'm not worried. If I do need to run, I can run. And that might be the truth, because they are chewing through my armor fairly quick, and I have only taken 1 out of the 4 down. Getting under the guns again. Oh yeah, they're hitting me hard. So, nice and easy, real quick. Turn off the prop mod. I've made my alignment. And for you new bros, you may do this several times just in one belt. But it's something good to see how quickly it goes through. You know when to run. And as long as you're not scrammed or pointed, you'll be able to get out of there, get safe. With this, I'm tethering up to one of the nearer structures. Tethering creates this blue icon here when you're in range, and the nice thing about it is when you're out here in nullsec, you get that closeness, and lo and behold, you get the repairing automatically and free. It will recharge your capacitor, structure damage, armor damage, shield damage. Don't be afraid to warp off. There's nothing wrong with that. You come back after you get healed. You learn as you go through this game. There's a steep learning curve out here. There is a lot to learn. And again, like some people would chirp at me for, oh, you shouldn't have that shield recharger on there. You should have had something like the extender, or get yourself another multi-spectrum. All depends on your fit and kind of what you like to use as well. Again, I chose this, so I might not be the most effective ship out here, but it's something that I enjoy doing, and I've managed to keep the fit fairly cheap at only 6.8 million. There are Corm fits out there with blasters that are cheaper. There are some that are more expensive too. You'll learn, you'll grow, and you'll have fun. Let's see here. 5 or 6. Again, I forgot to take note of where I was at. But we'll go back to 5, double check it. We'll go to 6 as necessary. Don't forget to go ahead and take that time to reload your ammo. And it evidently was not 5, so we'll warp on to 6.
Warp drive active.
Again, Magic 14 is a great piece. You can either Google it, or if you've got ready access to the Brave Wikipedia, just look up the information on Magic 14 there. There's a set of core skills that will help you to fly any ship out there. That's what we normally recommend you start out with, and then you grow into the specifics of the other skills as you develop.
Warp drive active.
Learn and have fun. EVE is all about having fun. If you're not having fun out here, you will find this game can be tedious. Myself, today I'm doing a little bit of belt ratting, and my first ever attempted video, so Cross the fingers this goes through okay. Some people like to mine, some people like to go roaming on explorations. Now, I've found some rats. Maybe this was my belt. I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. So I'm approaching. I've turned on the prop mod. Notice I'm not directly approaching because they were a little further out this time. But I am approaching. Get my target. Choose my target. Got my orbit command going. As you notice the nice little blue circle. Get in range and start firing. In the event that you don't see a lot of these lines that I've got on my screen, you can always go to your tactical camera and your tactical overlay. Make sure both of those are highlighted in blue. That'll give you your range, and it also helps give you a sense of perspective on whether you are up or down or what the case may be there. Now, since I'm almost done with these, orbit, track, fire. On larger ships like these battle cruisers, by doing this, you effectively get under the guns, which is called, by maintaining a transversal, which is a sideways movement compared to the enemy, and their guns cannot move fast enough to hit you. You see here, Sancho Devil missed completely. I'm showing the blue of the damage I'm doing. It fires, and I've killed it. No red damage came up on that case. My recharger is doing its job. My shields are coming up nicely. And I have managed to finish off this batch of belt rats. Again, this was my very first video attempt, so please don't chew on me too hard. Don't throw the pies or the rotten tomatoes. And try to have some fun in EVE Online. My name is Khalik, and I hope you enjoyed. Take care.